Chatting with Cherubs.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Chatting with Cherubs with me, Josh Jones, and I'm here with the wonderful
Morgan Verlies, and I'm here with the incredible
Garrod Farrelly. Good morning.
We're
Good
in.
morning.
How are we all? 9 a.m. on a Friday.
We're good. I'm furious. I'm smouldering with rage and anger at both of you because we've been on this call for 20 minutes and nobody's mentioned my haircut.
I was going to do it actually. I was going to start with it. I was say, oh my God.
Too late.
I was going to say, what have they done? I'll fight them, Garrod. I'll fight them for you.
And I went in and I did what you did, Josh. I went in and I just didn't even have an appointment. I just went in and said, hey, you cut this, please.
Yeah, and then because you were so rude, they did that to you.
Yeah.
Is it a fade? A fade on this side. That looks quite fade at the other side. No, the other side. That side, yeah. Right, you do.
So are you saying one side looked faded and the other one doesn't?
Yeah, it
rather
might be
one
the light.
side fade. Yeah,
Yeah, it might be the light. One side looks darker than the other.
Yeah, I think it's because the one side's next to the window for the for the listeners.
Oh.
Because essentially, for the listeners, what you haven't seen, I mean, I do watch the YouTube if you want to see what's happening. Josh has just kept on asking Garrod, get into the light. Why does it look lighter? Go into the light.
Yeah.
Why does it look lighter?
I'll be honest, he started to fade and I was like, this is taking too long. So I just left.
Ooh, okay, how long does your haircuts last?
Oh, too long.
Yeah.
Too long. Like half an hour. That's too long.
Mine last an hour and 20 minutes.
You have a prison haircut. You just fucking buzz it. Like, why does it take so long?
Oh, because I'm running around. No,
I have to be sedated.
Yeah, I have to be restrained, like I'm in prison.
But when you had longer hair, they would be cutting it. But yours is just a buzz in it.
Yeah, but that's how long fades are supposed to take. You're supposed to take your time. I don't pay for a haircut. I pay for my barber's time. So yeah, it takes an hour and 20 minutes.
That's your first mistake. The last thing I want is their time. I want to set a clock. I'm like, get this done in 10 minutes. I'll give you an extra $5.
Yeah.
Big countdown clock behind you.
Do you know when I went for my haircut the other day, there was I don't know what their sexuality was. I would just assumed it was like maybe a future lesbian, but it was like a teenage girl.
A to-be lesbian.
Yeah, it's like a teenage girl getting her first sort of, had all her hair chopped off and having her first like sort of, guy.
Breakdown.
Tradition. But like
her first breakup.
But like a first more masculine haircut sort of thing. And her mum was there. It was so cute. Her mum was like, started saying, so yeah, I'm showing pictures to the guy and was like, is this a fade? And then she said to her daughter, she was like, we're going to need to learn the lingo if you're getting haircuts like this. And I thought that was so cute.
That is very cute.
Yeah. And then I said some homophobic stuff. And I said, the gay community is already too full. So that better just be an haircut. You're not interested in women. You're not allowed in. I didn't say that.
No,
I nearly cried. I was like, this is such a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
And also, she's probably not, she's not even gay. She's just getting a short haircut.
Yeah, that's really us projecting, isn't it?
Yeah.
A girl's come in having a haircut that makes her feel comfortable, and we've gone, leather.
Yeah.
Her mum was probably like, what do you mean lesbian, Josh?
No. But no, I didn't say anything, obviously, but I was like sat next to him and I don't know why I was like, this is quite emotional. I don't even know these people, but I was like, I'm going to cry in front of the barber. And I've never even asked him his name.
Yeah.
I'm like that as well when I see, like when you see like a gay couple, like two guys in their 20s holding hands walking down the street. And I'm always like, oh, but I always kind of make a big, I always kind of stare. So they probably think, there we go, another homophobe.
Another homophobe taking photos of us while we're walking down the street.
I love that Garrod thinks in his head that he could be mistaken for a homophobe and not just a perv.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks you've got a malice aggressive bone in your body.
See the way he sweetened it up, Josh. See the way he made it nice.
Yeah, but Like, we're not here to be nice.
Yeah.
If this podcast was us being nice together, no one would listen.
Yeah. I was just say, I would just say, Go, you didn't let me finish. I'm saying you haven't got a malice bone in your body, but I do think you have a boner in your pants.
Yeah.
When you say-
I just I like it when they're sweet. I like two sweet boys holding hands walking down the street. And I want to say, don't do that around here because you're going to get murdered. but I just let them.
But I used to get really like, there used to be a bit of me, do you know when you see like a really hot couple with a dog, like a hot gay couple with a dog, and I'm like, oh, stop living my dream. And I get like really angry, but now I'm in a relationship, I like just holding my hot boyfriend's hand and making other people jealous. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's where you go on such long walks, isn't it?
Yeah, the song.
Sure.
So, I found a very interesting story this week. I don't know if anyone has seen it, but the story about the woman that went missing. She went missing in America, and then she showed up 60 years later, basically down the road, and just said, I had me reasons. Like the police found her. Like she was 20 years of age when she went missing, and she left like her kid. And then but she was just like, yeah, I had me reasons.
That can't be good enough. You can't rock up to social services after that to collect your kids.
Well, her kid would be 60.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, yeah.
Did she reunite with them?
No. No,
enough.
the police, they found her and they were like, here, are you that woman? She's like, yeah, that's me. And they did a 45-minute chat with her, and basically the result of the chat was she's staying where she is. She left. She had her reasons.
That's bananas.
I love stories like that. I've had deep fantasies about going missing. I'd love it. Honestly, I would. I've often thought about it. You know, like when you're in a place, like when you're traveling, and you see a nice coffee shop, and you're like, I'd love to just throw my phone in the river and I could just work here. But that's just not the way the world works. Like, it would be like, has anyone seen Garrod? Yeah, he's in the Starbucks. Like, it's really embarrassing.
People would track you to. You would still be a comedian. They would just see you online.
Do you know when everybody like says I'm taking a break from comedy and they do a big post about it? Whenever I quit stand up, whenever it'll be, I'm just gonna delete everything and change my number. And then and not tell anyone.
But those people don't want to quit. They just don't want attention. They just want attention.
Yeah,
I'm quitting stand up and it's been too hard, and then they get a corporate and it's like back in.
Yeah. Oh, the worst for
those people aren't getting corporates.
I'm doing a corporate today. I'm my first one forever. I'm way too rude for corporate. But talking about those people that talk about not wanting attention, but it's so attention seeking, is anyone that still posts on Facebook. Yeah. If you the way that, and I would say it's probably boomers, isn't it? Overshare on Facebook is bananas.
I haven't had Facebook in years, so whenever I see the app, I'm like, oh, like it's really mad. I'm like, oh, so, like Reebok Classics. I'm like, oh, that's so.
But it's also when people say, like, you know, when people come back and are like, I took a break for my mental health, and it's like, nobody missed you. What? Nobody cares.
And also, why would you come back? We all know this is rotting our brains, making us dumber by the second, and is like stopping us from enriching our lives. Why on earth would you come back to it?
It's like, I suppose you all noticed that I've been missing for the past 3 days.
Well, thank you to everyone that reached out. No one, you're saying that because no one reached out.
Nobody reached out.
What social media do you think is the least worst for your mental health?
Oh, Pinterest or something like that. Yeah. But can that be called social media?
I Pinterest a lot. Yeah, it's my main social media I do.
Yeah,
Pinterest.
Yeah, I do it a lot. This is kind of all I'm on.
I don't put anything up, but I look.
I don't put anything up. I'm a scroller.
Yeah, I do. I love a bit of Pinterest.
I sit in the darkness and look at other people's doors.
I
I have a lot of doors on
Yeah, no, you've never heard anyone go, I got catfished on Pinterest.
Yeah.
My nudes have been released on Pinterest.
I do think that I've started to just unfollow people that are just constantly posting stuff about like news. I just can't do it anymore on Instagram. I'm just like, no, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for like Tupperware, abs, and then exercise routines that I will never engage in.
Yeah.
If I want my news, I'll get it from a reputable source. Thank you.
I'll be honest. I'm torn on that because I mute people that own. Because I think we live in a moment where I do think you do have to talk about the news, but it's again those sort of people, like trusting news sources is so tough.
I know.
It's like we live in the post-truth age now, so it's like,
oh God, that's a terribly depressing phrase.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Shall I start my own news channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just listen to mine.
Josh News.
Yeah. What is in the news? Yeah, and I'll talk about... I saw Keir Starmer hugged his Chancellor. That came up on my phone today.
Is that what you took from the whole...
Yeah, they hugged.
They passed a really controversial and bad welfare bill, which will strip benefits from millions of billion of disabled people. And the news story you got was Keir Starmer hugged the Chancellor.
Yeah, well, I was breaking it down. I was gonna ease you in.
Yeah, we'll be back in an hour with more.
Yeah,
more to follow.
Maybe that's the beauty of Josh's news.
I don't like the Chancellor. She's always fucking. Every time she's on telly, I'm like, you're just like the Grim Reaper.
I don't like Keir Starmer. I thought I would like him, but I really don't like him.
Well, and the backstory, like he's a human rights lawyer, didn't always work in politics, always been, but well, fuck me, he's worse than the Tories.
I know. It's when they get a bit of power. That's what I think happens. As soon a politician, they when they're on the way up.
Yeah, it's a bit like me with booking in my own hotels now. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can get in my way.
Yeah, you are the Rachel Reeves of hotel bookings.
Yeah, I've got a bit of power, and you better watch yourself.
Cuts.
Yeah, do you know my favourite human rights lawyer? Mark Darcy from Bridget Jones.
Oh,
he's a human rights lawyer, you know.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Mark Darcy. Yeah. I think speaking of hotels, I stayed in a hotel recently that had a lavender station.
What's a lavender station?
Should I tell you this? Yeah. It was like a little station in the reception that had a bucket of dried lavender, and then you could scoop some into a little bag that had holes in it and then put it on your pillow, and you smell it while you went to sleep. But it didn't have water in the rooms. And when I rang down to reception I said, there's no water in my room. She's like, there's water in the tap. I was like, you know what? This is not the classy joint you think it is.
No. I went to one of those houses where it's like an old Victorian manor house, and you get to do the tour around it and stuff, and they had these people dressed up in like old school Victorian clothes, and they were making little lavender bags, and I got one and I put it in my drawer. So you put it in a little bag and then you pop it in your drawer to make your drawer smell nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's really cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also, like, they used to do that in the Victorian time, so it's not as fancy as they think it is.
Yeah, they also used to throw their potties full of shit out the window onto the street, so I don't think
Do you not do that anymore?
No. You've never been to Manchester?
Yeah.
That's why they've got the canal still.
Yeah. I haven't shat on the street in weeks.
I'm a business person now.
I'm a business person now.
I use a toilet like a business person.
I love how the thing about Josh's news now is going to be that, like, because he's paid his big tax bill, he wants in on the welfare reform.
Yeah.
Honestly, use it wisely, Keir. Use it. Hug the Chancellor and use it wisely.
Yeah. Now I've caught up on my tax bill. I'm like, I don't think we need schools. I don't think we need lampposts. Let's just keep private schools. Do poor people need to read? Come on.
Yeah. Yes, the posh kids can read to them.
Yeah,
they can read all the rights that they're getting taken away.
Part of me wishes I sometimes read the news. I'm like, what would I do if I was a politician? I would think I was making it better, but I'd make it well worse.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd want everyone to be like, let's get along. So, like, here's a tenner for everyone.
Yeah.
I saw a video this morning of like somebody who he's a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And he basically it was this account that basically rips podcasts to shreds. And it was like this personal trainer talking about how that if we all just stopped killing people for a year, that would make the world a better place.
Oh God!
He was like, if we just had 1 year where we just nobody got killed. It's like
Can
1
I-
year. Why? So at the end of the year, everyone's like, 3, 2, 1.
No killing.
Yeah.
He's a murderous bastard, but he really keeps up with his New Year's resolutions.
Oh, my bell's
That's
going.
a big doorbell.
It is a big
It's
doorbell.
a very fancy doorbell. Who's at the door? Count Dracula.
You carry on without me.
I want to talk about personal trainers because I have a beef, actually. So if there's any personal trainers listening to this, listen up. Stop. It's happened multiple times. Personal trainers need to stop messaging me, like, on Instagram, being like, hey, do you want a personal trainer? You're just basically messaging someone, be like, hey, fatty, do you need help? I'm fine, and I like my body. So can these personal trainers, I've had like 4 of them message me, being like, I think I'll give you some free training. I think it'll really benefit you. I'm fine. How about you back off?
When they message me, they don't even say it's free. It's like, you're going to have to pay for this because I'm not sure I want my name on it.
I'm fuming. I've had it multiple times with stylists and be like, hey, when you do telly, I'm a stylist if you want help, if you do something. I've seen this on telly and I thought, oh, you might benefit from stylists. I like my clothes. I'm basically just being told I'm fat and I don't know how to dress.
I mean, the worst would be if that came from your personal trainer.
Yeah.
Personal trainer messaging me, who thought of a stylist?
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, the training's not helping. Let's see what we can do.
Cover
Put a
up.
bow on it.
Let's get a big shirt.
Yeah, because they're basically, because their whole thing is like, oh, I'm helping, like, personal trainer. They're like, yeah, we're helping you feel the best. My best was not having a stranger messaging me saying I need help.
Yeah.
When I'm halfway through an eclair.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'd rather unsolicited dick pic than unsolicited personal trainer.
It should be illegal. I felt like reporting him. I was like, this is abuse. I've had homophobic stuff said at me online, and this is well more offensive. Fuck off.
Have you thought of...
Fuck off.
I used to get a lot of that when I was posting thirst traps. Obviously, I don't post thirst traps anymore. But
why not, Morgan? We need the listeners.
I know.
We're
Sorry about
Get your
I
cock
get a
out.
very similar thing. I get like it will be. I'm now their target audience when they put a sponsored ad up. So do you know what I mean? So like you become like my sponsored ads that come up in between stories are like, hey, we're in North London looking for 10 unfit men to join our 10-week program. I'm like, oh, I'm the unfit man.
Yeah.
Their advert found me.
No,
Like,
but it's not because you're unfit. It's more because you're looking at fitness stuff.
Yeah,
You're in good shape. I always get stuff for like, I keep looking at windows and stuff, so I keep getting like window fitters and stuff like that. I get a lot of house stuff.
Oh, we have a totally different the algorithm. It's mad, isn't it? You look at 100 fit men on Instagram, and all of a sudden, that's all you see.
Yeah. I keep seeing adoption ones like how, like for gay parenting, and I wish there was a way to be like, oh, can you message me in 2 years? I'm not there yet. I'm not ready.
Yeah. I'm too old to be adopted.
Yeah. But
oh, that's so that is cute. Imagine that. It'd be quite weird when you adopt, Josh, because that'll be when someone calls you daddy.
No, I don't want that. I don't know. I think James can be dad and I'll be father.
Oh,
Papa. Papa.
Papa Jones.
Papa. And I like
Jones. That should
Papa.
be your drag name, Papa Jones.
Papa Jones.
Papa
No.
Jones
Papa Jones.
loves a Papa Jones.
Papa Jones. That's
But
really made me laugh at us.
But yeah, Val, I think we probably will end up having a kid, but it's not going to be for about 2 or 3 years, and so yeah, I'm not ready yet. But I'm getting a load of them. Then I click on it, so then they're going to carry on messaging me, aren't they?
Yeah,
Anyway.
basically, they're trying to make you impulse buy a child.
Yeah, on Instagram. I
It's
want my
not-
kid on Instagram.
It's really not a good model. It's not.
Yeah, but
Baby, in just 3 clicks.
But who was like, do you know what? I never even thought about starting a family until a sponsored ad came on Instagram. They're not vests.
Yeah,
These are
exactly.
children.
Yeah. I got a baby and Crocs on the same day.
Yeah. Speaking of vests, I had a delivery of vests this week because I'm going to be Grand Marshal of a Pride Parade on Saturday.
That sounds so big and special. Grand Marshal.
I know. I said yeah to it because I was honored to be asked, obviously. But now I'm really nervous about it because I just feel because if to give a speech, which I think that'd be okay, but it's the walking and the waving that has me a bit nervous. And also I'm not very I as regards dressing for the occasion, I'm not sure what to wear.
Do they not put you in an outfit? I thought they have would they not have like a Grand Marshal outfit? Like,
Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you?
I'd go as like the Pope. I'd like really, not the Pope, but like royal sort of Henry VIII. I'd get a cape.
You would sort of like gay it up as the Pope, would you?
Yeah, I think you need like a cape.
I'd love a cape. I would wear a cape if they gave me a cape. What I have is I have a shirt that I stole from Dancing with the Stars.
Nice.
And I've got a pair of black shorts and a kind of a black mesh vest for underneath it. But I'm just going to button it up. It's just going to be there so I'll know it's there.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone needs to see that.
Yeah, you know, like loud and proud, garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you need a cape.
You need a cape. You need
You've
something
got
that
enough
sets...
time to buy a cape.
You're
buy a cape.
You're the grand fucking marshal, Garage.
Yeah.
You have to stand out from the rest of these.
Yeah.
They're just muggle gays.
Yeah,
muggle queers. You're the grand marshal.
You need a cape and like with a train on it. You need a statement piece and a staff.
Yeah, and you should get or you could make it like a wet and like your partner holds the train of the cape.
Yeah,
I'd love
gets
that,
a really
actually.
long one.
It's going to be weird because I just don't. I'm nervous about it. It's tomorrow.
Have you seen old clips of Queen Elizabeth? I know you both hate the monarchs, but have you seen old clips of Elizabeth II getting married?
Yes.
No.
I imagine like that. Like, like you, a crown, a big train with like the fur around the side.
Yeah,
regal.
Yeah, regal.
I think it needs to be quite regal.
I'll see if I can run something up out of my curtains.
Yeah.
That's funny. Make out the curtains.
And
the cat's just on the back of it.
Yeah, exactly, just asleep.
My one thing about that would be the waving. I think I would it's the small things you overthink about, like when you're acting, what you do with your hands.
Yes.
So are you going to mix up the waving? Are there going to be a few just over the head, shake the wrists, and then a few just just firing out finger guns and like mixed it up?
Finger guns.
I'm not doing finger guns.
Well, this is why you go regal, because if you do regal, you do the royal wave.
Yeah.
Just
how's that going to go down in Ireland?
Probably not very well. And it's like,
oh yeah. No, do it. That makes me want to do it more. If you come, and then I'll get big ears on, and I'll come as Charles.
Yeah.
I've got tomorrow off. I'm not gigging.
come over.
I'll come over.
Oh, I wish I could come over. That'd be so fun.
It's going to be a bit strange. It's the one thing they said that really made me nervous is that the parade is quite short. It's only about like maybe 2 kilometers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't make it.
And I just said the pace.
Yeah.
Want to
I'm
get
wa-
this done?
Yeah, exactly. Because I have a gig in Monaghan tomorrow night, and this apartment is just going to be like, yeah. Let's rattle this through. Done.
Yeah.
You want to walk at the speed you walk through Tesco with a trolley, I think. Like, not too
Okay.
fast.
Brilliant description, Josh.
Like, it's
Ooh.
you're taking in your surroundings, like when you're in Tesco with the trolley. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the speed I would think in my head
Yeah.
when I was walking.
And maybe when you're waving with one hand, maybe have the other one rested on the handle of the make-believe trolley, so everyone won't know what you're doing, but we'll know.
Just
and that's
don't
how you
start
set the
miming
pace.
putting stuff in the basket.
Yeah. Or maybe that's how you wave, just getting something from the top shelf each time.
It's gonna be strange. I think that the speed I walk will be directly related to how confident I am in my outfit.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to see the like, oh, look at the state of that.
I think at the moment you need to go out and buy a cape.
Where do they sell capes?
I don't know, but it just feels like you need something. You or a good hat or something.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I do have a very sequin shirt.
Nice.
Like the shirt is very nice.
That's nice, but like think of it's Pride, so everyone's coming with their best shirts,
Yeah.
the sequin shirts. You're the leader. You need a crown or a cape. I keep saying a cape because you can't get better than a cape.
Yeah. I think where I used to get my I used to find the local theatre department, and I used to just rent it off there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Is he not a costume shop in Dublin?
But if you want like a nice quality one,
Nice
that's what
quality cape. I can't believe we're really leaning into the cape thing.
Yeah,
I think if I showed up in a cape, people would be like,
no.
Yeah.
You got a cape and then spray paint like fucking gay on it or whatever.
Gay.
Yeah.
Just in case the shirt doesn't say it, the cape does. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. If you would like to see me, I will be on tour. I've only got 4 more tour dates left of my Road Rage tour, and then I'll be in Edinburgh for the first 2 weeks with a work in progress. I also have another podcast called Agony Rants, and I'm on Substack.
My name is Josh Jones. My UK store starts on the 5th of September. It's called Josh Jones. You haven't won the lottery, so here's another tour show. I'll be at the Edinburgh Fringe for 3 days. You can get all tickets at joshjonescomedy.com.
And I'm Morgan Release, and I have another podcast called My Bad with Morgan Release. And I'm also at the Edinburgh Fringe working up a new tour show for the first 2 weeks, 28th of July to the 10th of August. And guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We release main episodes every Thursday and a bonus one every Tuesday, a pub quiz where me and Garode are vying to be Josh's bridesmaid. So get to see you there, get in contact with the podcast, and do like and subscribe. It really helps us build up that base and to get up on the algorithm. We're chewing your ear off. We'll see you next Tuesday, hopefully, or otherwise next Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Chatting with cherubs.